Yo, yo, yo. I'm kind of just gonna start doing this more often, to be honest. Cause honestly, I think this is very beneficial to me. I'm trying to tweak this real quick. Hold on. So this kind of just gonna be like a trading review and just going over my notes and everything. So let me just make this full screen. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a kind of just overview of everything. This is just gonna be my journal. I'm just getting everything set up real quick. Okay. Cool. Okay, let me make this just like a face cam thing. There you go. So here were kind of my notes going into the day, or going last night, really, and the reason I didn't really trade today. Well, I took a paper trade, but that's not really a trade. I just wanted to see if it would work. This is more so just to gather data for me and myself. But yeah, let me just go here, open it up like this. Okay, and start there, and this. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool. So, am I in the frame? Hold on. My fault. I don't use OBS that often anymore, but fuck it, we're using it today. Okay, so for this, what I'm looking at right now, this was the 7 hour time frame. So if you guys don't know, I trade AM's model, AM trades, and a little bit of T trades. I'm not sure if you guys heard of them within the space, but I've been using their model for almost a year now. Been doing pretty well with it. It's really good. I suggest you guys learn it. Their course is amazing. But yeah, so this is more so just for me. So right here we have a bunch of these highs. We're looking at NASDAQ, and honestly, we can just go over this. So we had a bullish. This is what it was looking like before. What's that, Tuesday? So yeah, this is what it was looking like. So this is where it got a little bit tricky for me, and I kind of just wanted to go over that too. So what was going on here was, let's get exit out of that. I'll just go over the markings again, but I'll just do it based off what I talked about. Okay, so we had a bullish relevant swing. So rel, I kind of just do that as just like a short abbreviation. We had a bullish relevant swing engaged, which was this one right here, which was Monday's high. So Monday's high expanded off really in a bullish direction. Oh no, that was Friday. Last week's high. That wasn't even last week's high. I'm spouting nonsense. So Friday we had a big expansion, and then we had a relevant high engaged here, and then we also have another relevant high here. But we kind of created a sort of failure swing to these highs, but I didn't know if we wanted to target that, and I was really just going for whatever the framework was going to tell me waking up in the morning. So we had a bullish relevant swing engaged, which means probably we're not going to come higher. So I had this equilibrium marked out, because if we wanted to go higher, we would probably invalidate that level. But since this swing was engaged, we created a failure swing. I guess you probably really still probably couldn't call this a failure swing, but it was just in the top. It was in my mind for whatever reason, but we had no news. I was looking to go higher, and this is the reason why. So we're going to look at this level. I'll make it a purple level. So this purple level right here. So I said possible no trade may not be smooth, and it was not smooth. And a smooth A plus trade, I always like to preface this for myself, is relevant swing engaged, reversal confirmation alignment, C2 or C3 on the 30-minute, and it's 3, 4, 5-minute entry confirmation. So either one of those time frames for an entry confirmation would be good. So I'll just walk you guys through it all. So on the daily, we had that relevant high engaged. So what this is telling me is that we're going to go down. And if we do want to go higher, this level needs to get rejected, or it needs to be invalidated. But it could also be used as a target for myself as well. Now, here's why this started fucking me up a little bit. So going into it, this is the relevant swing we just got, and then this is the equilibrium, and this is another potential relevant swing. Let's make that green as a potential. So we'll just do potential. Wow. How the fuck do you spell potential? Potential. There you go. Is that... Yo, I'm tweaking. I don't think that's how you spell potential. I don't know. Is it an E? No. I don't know. Fuck. That looks right though. Okay. Potential swing, and then this is gonna be invalidation EQ to bullish narrative, and then this is gonna be a significant level slash also relevant low, because on the time frame, on the higher time frame, on the daily, we have this low right here. So just looking at that 7 hour, and now we're gonna go look at the Asian session, which we bounce off of. I'm like, okay, we look like we're probably gonna go higher. Let's see how we go on the 10 p.m. We sweep this high, we come lower. Hold up. We sweep this high, we come lower, and create an entire giant wick. Now, if we really want to go higher, I don't really need this anymore to confirm the bullish narrative. Now I want to confirm a bearish narrative, because if we want to go higher, we must not go past the equilibrium line. So this is kind of what AM teaches and stuff, but you're kind of just measuring out the ranges of long wicks or super big candles, and you're drawing a 50% range on them. And if it invalidates that range, like if we bounce off it, it's fine. But anything else, if we close below it, it was not good. But I would like to stay above that range. So because we had a sweep and expansion, and then we had a sweep on the high, but also a very long wick to push off of it, that's a very bullish kind of movement. So I'm going to mark that equilibrium there, and I could give a fuck about the equilibrium of the previous day, just because we have this here now confirming that if we want to go bearish, then that's what will happen. So now we have our reversal confirmation. We had that daily swing, got right here, significant level. We are rejecting off of it. We tapped in that relevant swing. Usually when I trade, I like to go off the nearest relevant swing engagement, because even though we had a previous day engagement here and we swept that, we also kind of created a failure swing up here, but it's a very large, it's not that large of a range, but it's enough to make me question if we could even go higher, if those are both relevant swings, or if they're just a failure swing to this high. So it really can go either way, and this is kind of where I was like, yeah, possible no trade. It's probably not going to be smooth, because we had an engagement here and we had an engagement here, and we kind of just need to see what happens. And if it's smooth, then I'll take it, but if it's not, then nah. So now we have our 7 hour EQ range defined right here. I'm just gonna mark this out as a London high. That's just what I like to do. But yeah, we have a potential swing here, London, and then we also have that relevant high for sure. So possible no trade, but now we're gonna look for that C2 C3 confirmation. So I like to look for that post 5. So once we hit like 6 right here, so nothing. This doesn't really signify anything. A CISD is good, but look at these fucking wicks. That just tells me we're probably going to be choppy on the day, or it's going to be just one solid movement higher or lower. We haven't engaged this fair value gap either. I want to respect this because this is above the equilibrium line. I don't like going on the 1 hourly. I like 30-minute. It's more like, it's easier for me to digest, I guess. But yeah, there's really no confirmation other than this CISD right here that we just did. But that shit is so fucking horrible. Like, these wicks are long as shit. We had a long wick. These are all fucked up candles. This just doesn't make sense. But it could still play out, and we could still find something with it. So that's what I was looking at this morning. So I'll go to the 15-minute, because now you just see it's all choppy and shit. Just to like kind of confirm the narrative. And if you really want to go like deep into it, this is where I would probably start pairing confluences and stuff. And we have YM right here. We have this low get engaged on this one. Let's see. I'm kind of gonna just look at this. I'm just gonna look at this low right here. So that 4:30 a.m. low, 4:30 a.m. low engaged, 4:30 a.m. low engaged. So obviously the stronger pair here is probably going to be or the weaker pair weaker or stronger, whatever the fuck. Anyways, we kind of have an SMT right here. So this is also confirming a bullish narrative. And SMTs are kind of nice to have just because if I don't want to return lower, SMTs are good. And we also have that 30-minute in case we do want to come lower. But if we do engage it, that's just going to mean we're all fucked up and all over the place. So going here, this is just my thought process going through it. Let's just see if we can go, okay. And we completely go all the way lower, entirely invalidating everything here. I guess I was half asleep. I did take this trade on my phone, I'm not going to lie. But just because it wasn't clear, this is not an A+ kind of day. This is not something where I'd probably go into like doing it. Like Future Tony, don't go into these markets at all. Like this shit is absolute bullshit. But looking in hindsight, you could probably find a confirmation entry to go lower just because we invalidated everything. It kind of just depends on how we react to this significant level. We rejected off of it. We have London highs resting above. Let's just see what happens. We go up, we go higher. Okay, cool. It's a 5-minute. Cool. That right here, this is probably going to be a signature lower. I didn't see this before, but let's see. Did we get a closure? Nice. So this would probably be the only trade that happens today. And if it doesn't, then we're chopping because either we go straight down or we just chop up. So maybe this would probably hold out for a 2R, but even then, yeah. See, now we're probably just going to chop. Yeah, fuck all that. See, that's absolute fucking bullshit. We get an entry maybe around 8:05, but I don't like trading after 8 just because that's stupid. But for the long, I did take a long on paper trading. And I took this one. We swept that significant level again, and we came down. We had a good displacement lower, and we are closing through within that range. So I kind of just held that, and I just went back to bed because it's just not. It was not a high quality day, and I'm kind of just limiting myself to only high quality days. So that's my analysis for the day, and then we kind of just continue chopping, I guess. Or I haven't even watched the markets yet, but yeah, this is just absolute bullshit. Horrible. Are we caught up? Yeah, it's 3:20 p.m. It's 3:30 right now. Yeah, so we're all caught up now. That just not a good day. Very bad price action. I don't like trading after 8, so this wouldn't even be on my mind at all. Just because usually when I tried back testing 8 o'clock just to see if you could even find an entry on there, even when it does go, it doesn't usually hit 2R. It usually hits 1R, but it almost always drives back up. So when we get a closure through, we sweep liquidity again, chop up, and then we continue in the direction, which is so dumb. I hate that shit, and that's exactly why I don't trade after 8, because anything after 8, even 7:45 is a little iffy. That's cutting it close. So I would say, Future Tony, you made the right call not trading today, really. Paper trading it was really good. Some things I probably gathered for today. Probably tomorrow we'll probably have a good trade. Kind of just depends on where we want to go with this level. But yeah, I did the opening instead of like a full kind of thing, just because when the equilibrium is too close to the opening or the closure of a certain candle, I just like doing the closure of it to that just to give it a little bit of room and then let that invalidation play out, because we're not really calculating the entire range of that 50% of the entire candle unless there's a full expansion within it. This is just chopping up and teeter-tattering. I'm okay right there. So true discretion right there. But yeah, honestly, some things I would probably take away from this day is good call not trading this day. Quality setups are crucial. But this low being engaged at Asian, and then we're rejecting, and then we're still pushing lower at London, but also rejecting off of that same candle, and then New York completely rejecting that candle shows us exactly where we want to go. And even then we were still chopping and didn't find an entry, or at least a valid entry, until 8:05. And the entry we found at like, what was it, like 6:40? That one wasn't even that good. So I would say I guess kind of my thoughts going into this was when we kind of get into a relevant range or we tap into and engage a relevant swing in at 3 p.m. or 10 p.m. I would say just be cautious. I think we want to have. I think it's better to have room to that relevant swing because if we engage a relevant swing and then engage the next one within like a session or two, that's not really what a high quality setup is, and that's probably why we started chopping. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much my ideas for this and my kind of analysis going into tomorrow. I'd consider this a failure swing with enough room, and we could probably consider this one too. You know, failure swings are just like a little iffy, bro, because you really can't tell. It's full discretion right there. Um, I think this one has enough space. Yeah, maybe like anything over 65 points. Yeah, these are kind of the relevant swings. Nothing's engaged yet, so in this case, we're not really doing anything, but we did close through. We did close through that previous day low. So I would say equilibrium is probably going to rest right here. That's my invalidation range. My idea is probably that we'll go lower. What I want to see is probably just super clean framework. I want to see us stay below. Do not tap that invalidation level. This relevant swing doesn't even matter. I just want to stay below this entire range right here and just continue to push lower. If we engage this low, but we kind of just like close through it, that's fine. Honestly, I think that's fine. But I'm going to wait for probably like later tonight around 10 to really determine what I want to do or what my idea is going into tomorrow. But honestly, this doesn't seem like much to me. Like we still have these relevant highs right here. Obviously, the market overall is bullish, so that's always just going to be top of my head. But yeah, honestly, we'll probably just go lower tomorrow. I really want to see this low get engaged, but I don't think we'll go higher for a minute. And that low-key kind of makes sense after this huge expansion. But yeah, but we don't have these like equal highs on any other market but NQ, so it's just a little funny. But yeah, we'll see. Well, I'll wait for another relevant swing to get engaged. I'll just set an alert here. Alert. Let's see, message. Relevant low engage. Ugh. I need to eat something. And then we have, this is equilibrium, so we'll just tap this. Message. Evaluation EQ engaged. Holy shit. English. Alright, but yeah, that's kind of like my full analysis. Right now, it's looking a little bit bearish. Could be bullish. Not really sure. Depends on the framework and what the 7 hour really wants to provide us. So, yeah, I'll do a full notes probably later tonight. But yeah. Alright. Cool.